this is a unique setting in the club of Orlando Airport. We decided to come a little early, not sure how long it would take to get through security, but I think the media has picked this up to be a lot more than it really is. We went through seamlessly, maybe even quicker than normal. And so we have a little time before we catch our flight. I wanted to spend this time with you. And we're in John chapter 5, and I've entitled This Jesus Did to Test Him. And verse 5 says, when Jesus then lifted up his eyes and saw a great company come unto him, he saith unto Philip, when shall we buy bread that they may eat? And this he said to prove or to test him. He himself knew what he would do. And this story, the feeding of the 5,000, has a very natural alliteration for us preachers. The lad, the loaves, and the leftovers. But I want to look at it in this context. The lad represents who Jesus uses. The loaves is what Jesus uses. And the leftovers is how God blesses when he uses. And so we look at this, and he's testing Philip, and Andrew even comes and says, there's a lad here, but he has a lunch, but what is that among so many people? Philip just looked at him and said, 200 penny is not enough to feed this many people. And Jesus is testing you to see, do they really believe Jesus can do exactly what he says he's going to do? Is he able? Does he have the power over the impossible? And the answer is he's going to prove yes, because he knew what he was going to do. And I think the lad here, he went to hear Jesus. He went to sit under the teaching of Jesus. But he was willing to give what he brought in order to be used to meet the needs. He exercised faith. He was willing to hand it over to Andrew and say, he can do the impossible. And that's really what God is looking for in who he's using, is somebody that will just believe him, somebody who will trust him. And that's what we see in the lad. And the loaves is basically stewarding what God gives us. He doesn't ask us to give or to serve with things he's never given us. He wants us to take what he has given us. And no matter how limited we might see them, we trust an almighty, unlimited God to take what he's given us when we give it back and use it exponentially more than we could have ever believed. And that's really what we learn from the loaves, is that God can do the impossible with what we give back to him. And then the leftovers is God does exceeding abundantly above all that we could ask or think. He is able to do the miraculous. And that's how he blesses who and what he uses, so that people can see him and come to a right conclusion about him, and that we can give him glory for the amazing demonstrations of his power. And so when we look at John chapter 5, or John chapter 6, verse number 5, we're reminded that Jesus was testing to see where his disciples' faith was. The same thing is true for us, is do we really believe and trust God with what he has given to us to be a blessing and used greatly to expand the kingdom and to bring people to a right conclusion about Jesus as we give it back to him. So the lad, who God uses; the loaves, what God uses; and the leftovers, just how amazing God uses and blesses that which is given back to him. God bless you. I hope you have a great day. Pray for us. We'll be preaching a lot the next couple of weeks and traveling, but we're going to try to meet with you each day that we can. God bless you. We'll see you tomorrow.